A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I want A+ English because it's so much fun. English education for you and everyone, so come along. Learn some grammar, learn a phrase, learn something new every day. Learn the A+ way. Hey, it's time to start the show. Are you ready? Good, 'cause here we go. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I want A+ English.
Hi everyone and welcome back to A+ English. I'm Pat.
And I'm Elsie.
And we're on day 3 of our story article, Molly's Pilgrim. Molly has got to make a doll about the first Thanksgiving. She's got to make a pilgrim woman. Her mum said, don't worry, I'll do it for you. But before we get on to that doll, we're going to ask our warm-up question. What can you learn about someone from their clothes?
你从一个人的衣服可以得知关于他的什么事情。I think we can learn about the person's personality.
A little bit?
个性。If he or she usually wears casual clothes, maybe they're very easygoing.
Yeah, that's possible. I'd say you could learn a bit about their interests. If they're often wearing Star Wars t-shirts, they like Star Wars, for example. That's an obvious one.
Or you can learn about where they're from.
Maybe.
A little bit.
Or their job. If I see someone in a policeman's uniform, I've got a little idea that they might be a police officer. Yeah, and similarly, if they're in an army uniform...
Unless it's Halloween.
Unless it's Halloween, yeah. And if they're in an army uniform, there's a good chance that this person is a soldier. Okay, so yes, you can learn a lot about somebody, even stuff like their favorite color, something like that. But what's clothes got to do with this article? Let's read on and find out.
Molly's Pilgrim. Warm-up question. What can you learn about someone from their clothes?
The next morning, the doll is ready. She has a red skirt, a yellow blouse, and black boots. The doll also wears a yellow kerchief with red flowers on it. She is beautiful, but she looks nothing like the pilgrims in Molly's book. At school, other children laugh at Molly's doll.
Maybe Molly didn't understand,
says Miss Stickley.
This doll looks like Mama,
says Molly.
She came here for religious freedom.
Oh, I see,
says Miss Stickley.
Molly and her family are modern pilgrims. People are still coming to the U.S. for peace and freedom. It takes all kinds of pilgrims to make a Thanksgiving. Word power.
Blouse. Blouse. At her job, Marie wears a white blouse and a blue jacket and skirt. At her job, Marie wears a white blouse and a blue jacket and skirt. Flower. Flower. Josh grows both flowers and vegetables in his garden. Josh grows both flowers and vegetables in his garden. Modern. Modern. In modern times, people use their phones to use the internet. In modern times, people use their phones to use the internet. Peace. Peace. Many people want everyone to stop fighting and live in peace. Many people want everyone to stop fighting and live in peace.
认识字汇
Boot. Boot. Kerchief. Kerchief.
So we're kind of moving on in time a little bit, but we know where we are because the article starts by saying, the next morning, the doll is ready.
哇，妈妈真的帮他做好了。隔天早上呢，娃娃就在那边完成了。
All right, what does it look like? We see she, meaning the doll, has a red skirt, a yellow blouse, and black boots.
OK， 有 skirt, blouse， 还有 boots。我们先来看 blouse 这个字的解释。Blouse 这个名词呢，代表的是女用的衬衫，所以一件丝绸的女用衬衫，我们会说 a silk blouse。那一般不特别指男女用的衬衫，我们就可以说 shirt。那有一个字呢，跟它发音很像，它叫做 shorts， 短裤。那另外呢，特别是女生比较会穿的衣服，像是 skirt 裙子、dress 洋装、high heels。高跟鞋，好，这些都是相关的字。那单字例句给的是呢 ，At her job, Marie wears a white blouse and a blue jacket and skirt. Marie 上班的时候会穿白色的衬衫、蓝色的外套和裙子。
So we generally think of a blouse as like a female version of a shirt, right? But in the old days, workmen and artists would wear blouses too. It was part of their uniform. So yeah, there's a fact for you.
再来呢，我们在这个句子当中还看到了一个平行句构，也就是用来连接相同词性的字，当然也可以用来连接相同的片语、相同词性的片语或者是子句。那如果有两个的话，你用 A and B， 像是 I like mangoes and watermelons， 我喜欢芒果跟西瓜。那如果是三者，那就是 A 逗点 B 逗点 and C。I've been to Japan, the US, and Canada.
Yeah, cool. Now that comma after B, some people will say you don't need it, and some people will say you do need it. It's called a serial comma or Oxford comma. I find that it's probably better to use it. I think it removes the confusion, but there are different opinions. Here's an example. You could say, my favorite school subjects were history, drama, and science.
那再来呢，课文这边说到的是有一个 red skirt， 还有 yellow blouse and black boots.
Right.
娃娃有红色的裙子、黄色的衬衫，还有黑色的 boots 靴子。
Yeah, you get different kinds of boots. The rain boots that you'd wear when it's raining. Snow boots for going out in the snow.
雪鞋。
Work boots, kind of thick ones that'll protect your feet and you can stand up in all day.
工作穿的。
And hiking boots, kind of tough ones that are good for hiking.
登山也是要穿靴子。
Okay, so that's not the only thing. On this doll, we see the doll also wears a yellow kerchief with red flowers on it. I'm not sure if this is kerchief or kerchief. I think there are a couple of ways you can say it.
OK， 那这个是什么东西呢 ？Kerchief 代表的是头巾。What about handkerchief?
Well, basically, it's like a handkerchief. A handkerchief you would probably keep in a pocket and you'd use it to blow your nose, to kind of wipe your head, something like that. A kerchief without the hand is usually worn on the head.
OK， 所以呢，我们以前学过的 handkerchief 它是手帕，那把 hand 拿掉 kerchief 它就是戴在头上的头巾。那再来呢，我们还看到 flower 这个字，什么意思？我们来看一下吧。Flower 就是花朵啦。那世界上有很多不同的 flowers， 像是 roses 玫瑰 ，sunflowers 太阳花，或是 daisies 雏菊。那再来呢，给同学们一个例句就是啊 ，He planted different kinds of flowers in the garden， 代表他在花园里面呢种植不同种类的花朵。那花朵开花的动作不要用 open 哦，我们要用的是 bloom。B-L-O-O-M. So for example, when will these flowers bloom? 这些花何时会盛开呢？那单字例句给的是Josh grows both flowers and vegetables in his garden. 代表 Josh 在他的花园种植花和蔬菜。
So another example, we could say Polly was happy when her husband brought home some flowers.
那回到课文来呢，娃娃还戴了黄色，上面有红色花朵图案的头巾。
Now, this is all quite interesting because we learned that the pilgrims wore these plain dark clothes.
Right.
So the article points out she is beautiful, the doll is beautiful, but she looks nothing like the pilgrims in Molly's book.
没错，那我们看到 nothing like。这个片语呢，代表的是完全不像，一点也不像，像是 She looks nothing like her mom， 代表她看起来一点也不像她的母亲。那你也可以换上不同的连缀动词哦，像是 It tastes nothing like orange juice. 这尝起来一点也不像柳橙汁嘛。
Yeah, we could say, I'm nothing like my brother. We're really different.
那课文说到呢，娃娃很漂亮，但是看起来一点也不像茉莉书本里面的清教徒。
So because of this, all the other kids have got these either kind of dark-clothed dolls or Native American dolls, and at school, other children laugh at Molly's doll.
Oh no! 学校呢，其他孩子就嘲笑 Molly 的娃娃，因为她的娃娃一定跟别人的长得不一样。
Yeah, probably that mean Elizabeth was doing it. Get her. But the teacher tries to make sure that nobody gets too hurt and says, maybe Molly didn't understand, says Miss Stickley.
Stickley 老师这边就说啦，也许 Molly 当初没有听懂。
Well, or maybe she did. Next, the article says, this doll looks like Mama, says Molly.
Molly 就说这个娃娃看起来像妈妈，看起来像她的妈妈。
And then adds, she, my mum, and therefore they all, came here to the US for religious freedom.
她来这边，这个她代表就是妈妈，来这边是为了宗教自由。
All right, and now kind of people are getting the idea. We see, oh, I see, says Miss Stickley.
I see 代表的是我知道了，所以 Sticky 老师就说，哦，我知道了。
Yeah, just means I understand now. I get it. I was in the dark. Now I get it. I see. And she adds, Molly and her family are modern pilgrims.
我们用 modern 来形容 pilgrims。那 modern 什么意思呢？ Let's find out. Modern 这个形容词呢，代表现代的。In modern society， 那就是在现代的社会中。In the modern world， 那就是在现代世界中。那现代生活，我们可以说 modern life。现代的科技，我们可以说 modern technology。现代的建筑，我们可以说 modern architecture。那再来呢，单字例句给的是In modern times, people use their phones to use the internet， 代表在现代，人们用手机来使用网络，所以 in modern times 也可以表示在现代的意思。
Couple more examples. We use modern technology every day, pretty much, and riding a horse isn't a modern way to get around.
代表已经不是现代的方式了。那 Miss Stickley 这边就说了 ，Molly 和她的家人是现代清教徒。
Exactly, and we also learn that people are still coming to the US for peace and freedom. So we learned about freedom, of course, in day 1, so let's check out the other thing people are coming for.
Peace 这个名词呢，代表和平、太平。World peace 那就是世界和平。那如果你听到人家说 peace and quiet， 代表是和平与宁静，像是 All I want is some peace and quiet。再来 peace 的字尾，如果你加上了 ful， 你会看到 peaceful 这个形容词，代表和平的，像是 a peaceful protest， 那就是一场和平的抗议。那单字例句给的是呢 Many people want everyone to stop fighting and live in peace。 许多人希望所有人停止战争，然后和平共处，所以 live in peace 那就是在和平当中生活。
Here's another example. After the war ended, there were many years of peace.
Many years of peace 那就是多年的和平。那回到课文 Miss Stickley 老师说人们还是会来美国寻求和平和自由。
Yeah, and she's adding more to make sure all the kids in her class really learn a lesson here. She adds, it takes all kinds of pilgrims to make a Thanksgiving.
It takes somebody or something to do something 代表的是需要某人或某物来做某事。像是呢，我们可以说 It took 3 people to put her on the stretcher， 代表需要3个人才可以把她抬到担架上。那我们这边先进 Magic Box 听讲师讲解咯。
Magic Box。
上个周末，花妈我去参加橘子他们高中的运动会， 我看那个篮球比赛A 班输了，但是他们毫不气馁呢。It takes a lot of practice to be number one， 要好多的练习才能当第一哦。我们才第一年，明年继续加油。哎呀，真是看得我花猫热血沸腾，热泪盈眶，这个就是青春啊。需要呢有什么特别的东西才能够达成某一个目标？这样的句型呢，在英文里面有个特别的句型，那就是 It takes 某人或是某个东西to do something。OK， 需要某人或是某个东西才能够做到后面的这件事情。我们呢可以看一下例句了，比方说呢，花妈，我本人小时候学英文很辛苦。It took a lot of effort。For me to learn English， 花了我很大的力气才学会英文哦。我们呢可以来分析一下这个句型了。首先呢，开头的 it 它呢是一个虚主词哦，它不是真的主词了，它代替的呢是后面 to do something 的这一段。这段漏等很长的呢，才是我们真正的主词了。整个句子呢，本来应该要学习英文花了我很大的力气，所以学习英文应该要放在前面。但是有时候呢，这个主词太长了，导致呢读者失焦了，不知道你重点是什么。这时候呢，就简单的使用 it 来代替主词，就可以改善句子的结构了。所以呢，我们知道 it 开头加上动词 take 后面引导的呢是达成目的需要的东西，比方说是努力啦，是练习啦，是勇气啦，等等都可以哦。再来说，如果呢要说对谁来说，我们呢可以加上 for 谁，比方说呢学英文对我来说 for me，OK。最后呢，我们才是用 to 不定词引导，带出目的，带出我们要做、要达成的事情。所以呢，整个句子再看一次了。It took a lot effort for me to learn English， 花了我很大力气来学英文。我们呢可以呢再看一下别的例句了，比方说呢，花妈我很常逛百货公司，哎呦那个橱窗哦，那件洋装好美哦，可是呢好像很高级的样子，我不敢走过去跟柜姐说话啦。It took lots of courage for me to walk in that shop， 需要好大的勇气才能够走进那间店哦。看来呢，需要多练习才能当贵妇哦。It takes practice to become a high-class lady。哎呀，上流社会真是不容易啊。
那课文最后呢，老师说到，感恩节需要各种不同的清教徒。
Right, and hopefully a lot of those other kids in the class kind of now start to understand, oh, Molly's from a different culture, but that doesn't mean she's so different from the rest of us after all.
Yeah.
Our ancestors probably came here for the same reason her family is coming here today. So hopefully everybody learns, not just the characters in the story, but you guys too. And we've reached the end of today's article. Let's go to our review time activity.
Review time.
Okay, so as we often do when we get to the end of a 3-day story, let's see how much Elsie and I can remember about some of the details and the things that happened. We'll take turns asking each other a few questions. I'll start. Where do Molly and her family come from?
Molly 和她的家人来自哪边呢？来自一个 R 开头的国家。Russia.
That
俄罗斯。
Yeah, correct. Okay, your question.
Okay, what is the name of Molly's school?
Oh,
That she doesn't like.
Yeah, that's a tough one because like it only came up once. It's they only mentioned
In
it
day
once.
one,
Yeah.
right?
Oh man, I gotta think back.
Something about a season.
A season: spring, summer, fall, or autumn. Winter. Winter sounds familiar. Winter Hill.
Winter Hill.
Yes.
东山，冬
All
天的
right.
冬。
Easier one then. Who is her teacher?
她的老师3天都有出现 ，Miss Stickley.
That's right. Okay.
And what do we know about Elizabeth?
Elizabeth. She's not Molly's friend because, yeah, she's always saying nasty things. She is mean to Molly.
是的，她对 Molly 很刻薄。
Okay, so what holiday will the class celebrate? What's this whole thing about?
It's about Thanksgiving.
That's correct.
感恩节
Your
Okay,
question.
and what does the pilgrim in Molly's book wear?
Okay, so these are the pilgrims who came to the US, and if you remember, using one of the word power words, they were in dark, plain clothes.
是的，暗色系，然后有简朴的衣服。
Okay, but if that's what the old pilgrims looked like, what is Molly's doll, kind of a modern pilgrim, wearing?
哦，妈妈帮她做的那个娃娃，穿什么呢？红色的裙子吗？A red skirt
Okay,
and a blouse,
yes.
a yellow blouse.
Right.
Black boots.
Yep.
And what else?
Something on her head.
Oh, a yellow kerchief with red flowers.
Wow, that's a pretty colourful little doll there.
Yep.
Your question then, last one, I think.
Okay. Why are Molly's family modern pilgrims?
Okay, well, like the first pilgrims, they came to the US for peace and religious freedom. Remember, the Russian soldiers were burning their synagogue. They weren't safe being Jews in Russia, so they came to the US for peace and religious freedom, like the first pilgrims did. And that's why they're similar.
没错。
All right, that is the end of all our story article. Hope you've enjoyed it all. Thanks for watching, everybody. For A+ English, I'm Pat.
I'm Elsie.
We'll see you again soon. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Molly's Pilgrim. Warm-up question. What can you learn about someone from their clothes?
The next morning, the doll is ready. She has a red skirt, a yellow blouse, and black boots. The doll also wears a yellow kerchief with red flowers on it. She is beautiful, but she looks nothing like the pilgrims in Molly's book. At school, other children laugh at Molly's doll.
Maybe Molly didn't understand,
Says Miss Stickley.
This doll looks like Mama.
Says Molly.
She came here for religious freedom.
Oh, I see.
Says Miss Stickley.
Molly and her family are modern pilgrims. People are still coming to the US for peace and freedom. It takes all kinds of pilgrims to make a Thanksgiving. Word power.
Blouse. Blouse. At her job, Marie wears a white blouse and a blue jacket and skirt. At her job, Marie wears a white blouse and a blue jacket and skirt. Flower. Flower. Josh grows both flowers and vegetables in his garden. Josh grows both flowers and vegetables in his garden. Modern. Modern. In modern times, people use their phones to use the internet. In modern times, people use their phones to use the internet. Peace. Peace. Many people want everyone to stop fighting and live in peace. Many people want everyone to stop fighting and live in peace.
认识字汇
Boot. Boot. Kerchief. Kerchief.